Today I want to share a maneuver that the FAA used to require on private check rides many years ago, but no longer does, and I feel like that is a unfortunate thing because it's a really good maneuver in stick and rudder control, but also in understanding something called adverse yaw. Part of the reason that they got rid of the maneuver as a specific standalone maneuver is they felt that other maneuvers like crosswind landings, turns on a point, even crosswind takeoffs, they thought those also demonstrated this as well. And I guess they're right, but for me, this maneuver by itself really lets you focus on your controlling of the aircraft. So this maneuver is known as a roll on a point, or at least that's what I've always referred to it as and always heard it referred to as. An aircraft's ailerons are its primary flight control for banking the aircraft. Let's consider the angle of attack at each aileron for a moment. At the moment the bank is initiated, no speed change or direction has occurred in the relative wind. Prior to the roll being initiated, the chord lines and the camber lines are both the same for the right and the left aileron. This means that lift, or the angle of attack, is the same on both sides of the aircraft. When the aircraft is banked, however, the chord line and the camber lines are different. This means that lift will be different on each side of the wing, and ultimately that's how the aircraft pivots around its longitudinal axis. So how does this create adverse yaw? Well, remember, as your angle of attack or lift increases, so does drag. So in a left bank, the right wing has produced more lift, but has consequently also produced more drag. The only method to counteract this drag is to use the rudder to pull the nose back around in the direction of the turn. When practicing rolls on a point, the aircraft should look like this. The bank should be smooth and steady while the longitudinal axis of the aircraft stays parallel to the direction of motion. This means that you're using the exact amount of rudder necessary to control the varying drag or adverse yawing tendencies throughout the banking. If you're over-aggressive with the rudder, however, the nose will tend to cut through the point at the end of your banking. If too little rudder is used, the aircraft is going to cut through the point at the beginning of the maneuver. Let's just go out to the airport, jump into the plane, and I will demonstrate to you guys what a roll on a point is.
Butterfly. Perfect. I'm out 7. Alright, so I apologize for the lack of a prop filter here, but I did not get one in, and today I want to kind of demo what a roll on a point is. Here's what one looks like. So I hope you can see the cooling tower out there in front of me, and basically a roll on a point is just a maneuver to control adverse yaw. So if I roll to the right, I'm going to keep my longitudinal axis frozen on that tower, and you see that's kind of sloppy right there, and that's the problem with trying to manage the adverse yaw. These are looking a little bit better right here. And you can do this up to about a medium bank angle without any problem, and I'm simultaneously adding rudder and aileron in the direction of my roll. It's just training you on how to manage the adverse yaw on the aircraft while you are dealing with a nasty crosswind.
So while this isn't going to improve your piloting drastically, what it is going to do is possibly shed some light on an area that we don't routinely practice. And what's really good about this maneuver is if you've got a really strict training schedule like a Part 141 school, you don't even have to change anything. You can practice this on your way out to the practice area. You can practice this really in any phase of flight as long as it's not a safety of flight issue. What's nice about this, especially from a tailwheel operator's perspective, is this translates to any aircraft that you fly. Even in the DC-3 that I fly, we practice this maneuver. So I know it's been a long time since I've done a video with the Cessna 140, and I was really excited about taking it out and doing this particular video. And that's really what I want to do. I want to take this aircraft that's sat dormant for so long and use it as really a teaching aid and take it out and try to demo some stuff. So I hope that you learned something that makes you a better pilot, or at least gives you a new challenge to go out and practice in your aircraft or the aircraft that you fly. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.